We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stutter and Craig. No, you don't get the 96-ounce Coke Zeros Blabs.
Yo, my androids, what's up?
And straight from the hood, Phoenix.
It's really enjoyable as an adult male to shit your pants.
And now, broadcasting from our homes around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready?
Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SidescrollersPlus.com. What's going on, everybody? Hey, happy Thursday to you. Yes, the week is almost over, and my family still hasn't gone back to school yet because of ice and stuff. Hello, Blabs. Good to see you.
So you're telling me that you still have kids in the house? 4 days of snow days?
Yes, this has been absolute silliness down here in North Texas.
That is retarded.
And, well, look, I'll tell you this. We are not set up for this.
But do you still have ice on the ground?
There is still
Okay,
ice on the ground.
at least that, because I'm like, imagine if it's all melted and be like, nah, you can't go back to school yet. Not safe.
Yes, and I'll tell you this right now. I am at my breaking point. I love my serenity of doing the job here by myself. I enjoy it. I like being here by myself at home with me and Max, just hanging out. And when that gets disrupted, by Thursday, good old Craig is kind of on the edge of his seat, ready to jump out and do a little sliding, maybe slip and bust his head on purpose. Just saying.
Wow.
I love my family.
Okay.
But my workday gets cut in half when they're here. So,
That's true.
It's crazy.
Fun.
Anyways, what? Huh?
I said fun.
it's the best. It's so much good. So good. I love everything about it. So
I
good.
need like an animation of Craig's just like just like, combusting with smoke coming out.
All right. So we have a big show today. A lot going on, Blabs.
Tisms.
The Tisms is real today, and I am signed up and ready to go. Speaking of the Tisms, joining us today, Thursday, from the other side of the world, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Lady Decade. Hello, Lady Decade.
Hi.
Hello. Thanks for introducing me with the Tisms.
Can you be Captain Tisms of Side Scrollers?
We have
Am
many
I that
Captain
obvious?
Tisms.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Lady Decade does it far better than anybody else and far fancier than everybody else.
When she speaks in an accent, it does make me
The
feel
accent
vastly
helps
inferior,
everything,
yeah.
dude. So, you are here by Captain Tisms of Side Scrollers. Thank you very much, Lady Decade.
I'd quite like perhaps Lord Admiral.
Ooh, yes, even better. Lord Admiral Tisms.
There we
Perfect.
go. Awesome. Great stuff. Well, we're glad you're with us today, and we have given you the floor to break down all of the Tisms a little bit later on. It's going to be great. But, ladies and gentlemen, after nearly dying again, he's back. Straight from the hood. He is vertical, so he is here. Everyone welcome. Looking like a drug dealer today, Phoenix. Hello, Phoenix.
Rise from your grave. Yes, I'm here. Half, sort of back. Thank you.
You're looking great, Phoenix. Let me get everybody like how our thumbnail is. Let me just triple check. I think that's how our thumbnail is.
I'm just bringing the cool to the show. That's what I do.
You
Are you wearing a Spice Girls t-shirt?
You're damn right. Like I said, I'm bringing the cool to the show. Yeah, there it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
On your birthday, you made it
On
back
my
to the
birth-
show.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm pretty sure I had that T-shirt when I was about 7.
Oh, that's hurtful.
Well, all right. So, look, Phoenix, we're glad you're here today. You only talk whenever you need to speak. But I will tell you this. I know that the chat overwhelmingly will just go, wow, you're so cool, Phoenix.
That's what they're all going to say. Yep, guaranteed.
Like they look like 1960s Beatles teenagers who are just like, ah!
It's going to be like high school all over again. There comes that cool guy.
That's right. That's what I imagined. There goes Phoenix, that cool guy walking around like the fawns.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. I just voluntarily gave my lunch money out, because I'm a cool guy.
Oh yeah, I just handed it out. Huh? Well, that's excellent. That's what all cool guys do, Phoenix, and I'm glad you're leading the way in that. That's good. All right, so big show today. We are talking today. The poll has spoken. We are going to open the show talking about the worst movie ever, and I've been waiting to talk about this several days, specifically for when Phoenix is here, because the people I'm going to talk about in here, I guarantee Phoenix knows them, or at least knows about them. We got that. We are getting into update on Minnesota, and specifically what I wanted to talk about was the propaganda war associated with this. I got some videos I wanted to share with you guys, as well as, hey, some streamers, they just don't feel safe in America right now. So we're going to get to that a little bit later on. Amelia is back and is growing. Very much looking forward to sharing some more Amelia with you guys. Nintendo, I hope we get a chance to talk about Nintendo. They're dead, man. Nintendo of America, it's oof, yeesh. And Lady Decade wants to talk about the Prince of Persia remake and some of the news that came along with that. We have all of that stuff today. It's going to be a big show today as I look down our run sheet one more time. Oh, and Lady Decade has brought us an update on everyone's favorite video game website, Mothership. We have a leader in the clubhouse, boys, for most insufferable website. There it is. We got it. But if you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Join the over 138,000 just normal men who have found us over on YouTube. The over 36,000 who have found us over on Rumble. Today, immediately after the show, I'm going to take about 10 minutes to throw some food in my face. And then, immediately after the show, I'm doing on everywhere but YouTube. I'm sorry, YouTube. These are just the rules. I can't do it over here. I'm doing my totally transformative and fair use live stream of the Greenland documentary that my former business partner, my ex-business partner, copyright flagged. So I'll be doing that a little bit later on. You may be asking yourself, hey there, Craig, why is there $53.11 on that thumbnail? Well, that is because, as my former business partner put out on YouTube, that is the amount of money that he earned from the 6 years of that documentary being on YouTube. So I thought it would be fun to have a $53.11 direct donation alert, which actually with Phoenix here, you can actually hear it now today if someone was to come in and donate that today during the show. And every time that is donated, we'll actually rewind the documentary 10 minutes because look, if I got to go through this again, you guys got to go through it again, which will be really, really fun. So we got that. And on top of that happening pretty much immediately after the show, I would like to invite you to join us. And this is just for the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. On Side Scrollers Plus, you can join us for 50% off as I attempt to monetize this transaction that happened here. Even more, you can join us over at Side Scrollers Plus, an annual membership. Get 50% off your annual membership using promo code PETTY, P-E-T-T-Y, and get the entire year for half off. So please join us over there at Side Scrollers Plus. Use that promo code PETTY. Join us if you haven't
spelled
yet.
that right too.
P-E-T-T-Y. No, it's not pretty. Petty.
Yeah, I'm glad you spelled
50%
that right.
off the entire year on Side Scrollers Plus. It's a great way to support the show. And also let you know that fair use is alive and well, which is great. So once again, that'll be this reaction here, totally transformative and fair use reaction live stream will happen everywhere but YouTube. Pretty much like 10 or 15 minutes after the show. Okay? Sounds good. Everyone on board?
I love that 11 cents. It just makes it so deliciously pathetic.
I agree.
It's such a perfect number.
It's so stupid. It's so dumb. So, all right. So please continue to join us over there, which is great. We also have our Montez goal up today. And friends, guess what? With Phoenix back, we don't need to have my silly graphic that I put up on the screen. We have ourselves a Side Scroller Showdown today, which could possibly break the internet. As you know, the last few days we've had a fun time with this, pitting people up against each other. And today, with Lady Decade joining our show, Phoenix, I would like for you to unveil Lady Decade's opponent. Yes, Lady Decade taking on Top Hat Gaming Man, someone who I'm sure this could get violent and ugly very, very quick. Lady Decade, your thoughts on this matchup here?
Well, he's not really here to defend himself at the moment. He's used to me being the queen of this house.
Damn. Who wears the pants?
Now listen, I know the chat is saying who, and I think the best answer is that's Lady Decade's husband, IRL. He's also a YouTube gaming creator. I encourage you guys all to check out Top Hat Gaming Man, as well as Lady Decade. But with you having home field advantage here on Side Scrollers, you get to decide how the fight would happen if this was to happen. It can be however you want. It can be a fisticuffs. It can be in knight armor. It can be with swords or lasers or guns or whatever you want. So you get to decide, Lady Decade.
Have you ever seen those videos of Russians slapping each other?
Ooh, a slap fight?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a long, drawn-out death. Wow, I like it. It's like a 3-day death.
Wow. Okay, so just to be clear, you want to do something like this. Hold on. Let me pull this up really fast.
Are there with tortillas and all that?
No, Blabs, you never seen
that's
this
going to
before?
extend it out a month. Wow. Okay, I got it with the
I have seen
tortilla.
the Russian slaps. They just keep slapping each other around, but damn, that's a lot.
Like this is what I'm imagining. We need to get an AI version of this right here. This guy's gonna die. Oh my god!
Jesus.
Oh, excuse me.
So to be clear, that's the battle you want to see happen today with our Side Scroller Showdown today, Lady Decade.
Preferably I'm the big guy.
See, I'd suggested rock, paper, scissors, and Lady Decade really did come out swinging. Literally.
Right there.
I wouldn't win in a wrestling ring with him, so...
That's true.
Well, this is correct me if I'm wrong, this is a death match, correct?
This is a death match.
Yeah,
Someone
death
will
match.
die. Yes.
Yeah,
yes. Your kids will be orphaned. Yes, after this. So.
Orphan usually means no parents.
Oh, they will have. No, maybe they'll both die. Who knows? We'll see.
They'll
If
take
it's
each
a tie,
other out by slapping.
It's rough. All right. Well, look. So big show today. Glad you're with us. If you'd like to see who would win in our Side Scroller Showdown today, you can support with your Super Chats, Direct Donations, and Rumble Rants, and just let us know who would win in that fight to the slap fight death today, which is great. We'll see how that goes. All right. Let's see. Looking down the run sheet, I think we're ready to go.
We owe everybody a Montez from yesterday.
Oh, we do. That's right. We finished with a Montez. I screwed up. My bad. So, which means we get to open with a Montez today. So, let's start with the classic Street Fighter.
Bitch! Montez!
Montez wins. Perfect.
Montez! Get that!
So good. Thank you, Chun-Li. Street Fighter 2 version. I'm sorry, Super Nintendo version of that, by the way. You can tell by the graphics. Just want to point that out. Anyways, with that said, today in gaming history, if you haven't watched it in a little bit, has now moved to the end of the show where we like to end the show with a little bit of disappointment instead of starting it with disappointment. So
You're all
let's
welcome.
I know. Thank you, Blabs. So with that said, let's get into it, friends. It is time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News. Now, first things first, Blabs, I need to let you know that the PlayStation 5 I bought for Highguard specifically has been returned. I did return the PlayStation 5. Hey, Lady Decade, did you play Highguard at all?
No, I have not.
Good for you. Good for you.
She knows how to not waste time.
Whatever you did, like literally whatever you did, was a better use of time than playing Highguard. Just you could have been sitting there reading a magazine or going to the restroom, whatever it was. It would have been a better use of your time. Just letting you know that. Phoenix,
quick question, actually. If you were tasked with the impossible task of we got to fix this thing in a week, what are some things that the game could do, or is it just it's beyond repair?
No, you could definitely fix it.
Oh yeah, it could be fixed.
Smaller maps, more players, better objectives in the first half of the game. Just all these little fine-tuning things that you could just fix it, and then it would make more sense.
Changing a map, that seems like a pretty big task.
You just need to small it. Just shrink
Just
it down.
small
cut
it.
it.
Okay.
Small it, bro.
Small the map.
Just small it. Dude,
Fuck
the
English.
map's huge. It's huge, and there's 6 players on the map. Can't find fuck all. Yeah, just make the map a lot smaller or increase the size of players per team.
Yeah, I wasn't a. Yeah, listen. I think there's. Yes, you're right. What was the word you used, Blabs? You small the
Small it.
map. You
Small
small
the
the
map.
map, or
Small
big
it,
the
bro.
teams. One or the other. Big the teams or small the map.
Teams.
The gunplay itself was fine. Yeah, it wasn't spectacular. It was just like, it was okay. I did not like the mining mechanic that they have in the
that's
game.
terrible.
It seems really pointless.
And slow. Extremely slow.
Yeah, they tried to Fortnite it with the whole mining of things, and it's, I don't know, not a fan of that.
And the climbing needs to be fixed because, you go when they literally advertise from the developers of Apex Legends that has this amazing climbing stuff and it's very smooth, and then you get this clunky, super slow gameplay of some 84-year-old geriatric climbing up. No.
Yeah.
No,
Can
fix
you
that
buy
too.
mods that increase that though? That makes
No.
mining faster or anything like that?
No.
Is that something you can buy? No. Okay.
No. So yes, there are ways to improve it. Could you do it in a week? No. I think that is this a situation like No Man's Sky where they're going to launch the game and in 10 years they're going to go wow, they really worked their butt off to make that happen. I don't think so. I think this game, just literally out of the gate, the biggest issue was the announcement. It crumbled under the expectations of being the one big thing at the Game Awards. And then when it delivered, it was just a big bowl of mushy oatmeal, and nobody really cared what it was. It was just generic. So, if I could describe, I hate the term when I hear it was uninspired. Uninspired to me is an overused word, but that's what this game is. It is so uninspired, and I don't use that word lightly.
Aspects. Listen, it's just high tard Smollett. That's the new caption for it. High tard Smollett. The end.
I see you're trying to squeeze Jesse Smollett into the show again, Blabs, and I appreciate that. As always, it's our Blabs' daily Jesse Smollett reference there.
I didn't even realize it. I was like, why is it chat talking about Jesse? And I got it now.
There you go. All right, anyways, just letting you know the PlayStation 5 has been returned.
And you did not pick up a new tower.
Not yet. No. But I'll tell you what, I've been using this new browser, and it's been pretty good. So,
it's not a new browser. It's existed
it's
for a very long
a different
time.
browser. Okay, anyways. Whatever. We're good to go. All right. So I've been waiting to talk about this for about 3 days because I watched this movie the other day and I was like, I got to talk about this on the show. All right. This is a movie that has been sweeping across Netflix. Now, Blabs, I know you don't have Netflix. In Phoenix, I know you have banned Netflix, right? This is a top 10 movie on Netflix right now. And Netflix told me that I would very much enjoy this movie.
They lied to you.
I was like, they're like, we think you'll love this movie.
Has it been right in the past, real quick? Has that ever been worked for you?
I like movies with guns and explosions.
Does it do that? Does it does it recommend them?
Yeah, it'll recommend Rambo,
Okay.
whatever. But
Okay.
this was, I would say it's right 70% of the time, right? Now this was one of the 30%. Right. Lady Decade, have you heard of the movie Secret Mall Apartments?
I haven't.
Okay.
And it's quite possibly not available here because it's not even come up anywhere that I've been able to see anyway.
Okay. Well, let me give you a quick rundown of this movie here. And then we're actually going to watch the trailer because the premise of this is spectacular.
Is it like Barbara Streisand's house? Doesn't she have a mall in her house or some shit?
No. Let me just read this off to you according to Wikipedia.
It does
Secret
sound
Mall
GAF. Really.
Secret Mall Apartment is a 2024 American documentary film directed by filmmaker Jeremy Workman, that recounts the story of a group of young Rhode Islanders who built a secret apartment inside the Providence Place shopping mall in Providence in 2003, living there for 4 years until they got caught and charged with trespassing in 2007. Okay, so the premises of this is very well. I'll tell you what. Let's just go and watch the trailer for this. This is the 2-minute trailer for this. But based off the premise, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? The idea that they're living in a mall, more or less.
I feel like somebody did that with IKEA, where they lived in IKEA for like a couple of days or weeks or whatever it was.
Okay.
This has been in many 80s and 90s sitcom, or like even like I think like it happened in Saved by the Bell or somewhere. They sleep in a mall overnight. There's been certain elements of this that have happened.
Okay, well let's go and play this trailer here, and we'll get y'all's thoughts on this. Because to be clear, I have not seen this trailer. I've only seen the entire documentary.
This is an incredible tale. Artists set up an apartment inside Providence Place Mall, going undetected for years.
We all hated the mall when it went up, right? Nobody wanted that to happen.
Shortly after, a developer comes in and says, I'm going to knock down your home.
I just had this idea. Oh, we should live in the mall.
It seemed like a very absurd fantasy and perhaps a great challenge. When the mall was being built, I saw a space that I could not figure out what it would be used for. We went looking for that anomaly in the architecture, and we snuck ourselves in there, and we took out our flashlights. And there it was. It started the conversation immediately.
We need to develop this underutilized space.
There was a real necessity to build a wall there. It was like 5,000 pounds of cinder blocks. It's important to emphasize there's this underlying sense of dread that we're going to get caught at any time.
Wow.
So what is it? Is it a prank? Is it a work of art? Is it a social experiment?
It was like this alternate universe that's within the real world.
It talks about gentrification, capitalism, everything being commodified.
The apartment was the side project to the other stuff.
We were like a little elite strike force team of empathetic artists.
Such a magic thing to take a space from the mall.
Holy moly.
Okay. All right. So based off that,
I have a question.
I see you already giggling right now.
Oh no, because I kind of want to see it.
The trailer, you're like, sounds awesome, right?
Yeah, I mean, aside from the gentrificate, all that bullshit, that stuff is where you 100% lose me. But I do kind of like it as a little punk rock, like, hey man, let's live in the fucking mall. I do like that little idea.
I like it on the basis of that's my zombie apocalypse safe house right there.
Okay.
Labs, you had a question?
Yeah. Where do they get their mail? They have no address, right? So how do they get how do they pay bills and whatnot? Or if they never even paid bills, I guess, for years on end.
Okay.
What if no one could send them a postcard?
To be clear, they did not live there. That's just the way it's marketed. They did not live in there.
Been bamboozled. Forget
Yeah,
it.
it's all like it was like their hangout that they had, right?
Oh, Chess's P.O. box. There you
So
go.
let me kind of give you a little bit now. Phoenix, you mentioned the gentrification. That is a theme underneath the entire hour and a half, 2 hour runtime of this movie, however long it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
This opens with talking about this mall that is going to be built, and it's going to revitalize Providence, Rhode Island in 2003. This was going to be one of the biggest malls in the area, and this is going to be a place that everybody goes and they spend all of the money. Now, what you need to know is that this is one artist with 7 of his friends, but like there's one guy who's the ringleader to all this. He's the guy who discovered the space, and he more or less trespassed to find this space, right? And but during the during the development of the mall, there's a place that's like a half a mile away from the mall, which is all like abandoned old warehouses that used to be used for textiles and all sorts of things in Providence, Rhode Island. But they're all abandoned right now. And one of these warehouses that's like a half mile away from it was the hangout for all the, like, they more or less were squatters that took over this warehouse, right? But it was like the cool artsy place to go, and you go in there,
beatnik area kind of thing. Yeah,
right. But they didn't own it, right? So what happens is they then some developer comes in, buys the land, tears it all down, and they're like, "Oh, the man took our space." But in reality, it was never their space to begin with, right?
Right. Yeah.
So then they're like, "We're going to go to the mall and we're going to take over this underutilized space and maximize it here." And the entire time they're trespassing on this mall morning, noon, and night, like literally overnight. Sometimes they're staying there. They set up a PlayStation, and in theory, it sounds like a fun little
club for adults.
Club, right?
Yeah,
it's this club. It's your early 20s. We're just having fun or whatever. But the pretentious nature of all this, you get like you constantly are sprinkled in these little things. By the way, every single one of these people, dark white, like opie white, right? Yeah. Like super duper white. So naturally, they mentioned during the trailer, there are times where they're like, there's this constant underlying theme that you're going to get caught. Well, naturally, they get caught at one point, right? The security comes, they get caught, which is such a great opportunity to let you know that if they were not white, the punishment would have been much worse, right? So you get these like little social justice messages throughout the entire documentary, and it totally took me out of the idea of just enjoying this little.
Sounds insufferable.
Yes.
It sounds insufferable. What could have been a really fun, like, guys, how long can we keep this shit up? Like the clubhouse for adults would be a very fun thing. But turning it into some political social messaging makes it just the fucking worst.
Like, so there's a point here in this trailer I want to point out here. They are literally entering this place, going through the bathrooms of the public mall. They're like going in, and they're going through these back spaces, crawling between walls to get to this space. So when they finally get discovered, like 4 years later, the security comes, and at this point, they have put up walls. They put up an entire door. They brought a PlayStation, couches, an entire living room set here. So when they finally get discovered, this guy has the nerve, and he says, "When somebody enters my home," right? Like, it was so pretentious. Like, they never at any point owned this space, but for them to say they entered my home, my space, it was just like, it was just, it was so eye rolling.
The entitlement and then the social preaching makes this perhaps one of the worst things ever. And now I kind of just have to watch it. I love feeling very uncomfortable.
Now, on Rotten Tomatoes, this says a 98%.
Of course
score,
it does.
Right? 98%. People are like, "Oh, it's the best documentary ever." And it's like, okay, I mean, the premise is outstanding. Who hasn't thought about this? But the constant sprinkling in of you're a bad person because you're white, or you got privilege, or the gentrification of this, and the man is holding you down. And then at the very tail end of this documentary, they talk about how the mall is now struggling in corporate America, and it's this very much like
capitalism, man.
Right, capitalism. And there's a point in this where the lady that you see in here at the very, very beginning, this girl right here, let me see if I can pull this up. This young lady who is like part of the crew, she is the girlfriend of the leader of the pack, right? And she, at a certain point, realizes, like, I want a house. Like, I don't want this like
I want to live in the mall walls.
I don't want to live in the mall. And this guy over here, who's like the ringleader, is like, it's all about art, man. It's all about the art.
Of course it is.
And so they end up breaking up over this because she is kind of maturing a little bit and realizing that she just wants, I don't know, real life. Because they're talking about his bank account, and he's like taking a picture of it and sending it to her, and he's like laughing because he has 14 cents in his bank account. And it's like, she's like, dude, I'm done with this stuff. I don't want to like live in this mall anymore. Yeah. So secret mall apartment, my review of it is very simply what could have been. That's my review of it on a scale of 1 to 10.
To me, it sounds like a way better sitcom, almost Fight Club-esque. Like almost, you can almost imagine like Will Ferrell and the guy was with him in Step Brothers, like where it's basically like a club for adults, like where they happen to find the secret mall entrance, and it's just a way to get away from their wives and all this other shit. And they start getting more and more adult men to join in. It's just a bunch of people eating Cheetos and playing PlayStation and shit.
Right.
There's something to this that could be fun and entertaining. This, obviously, per usual, they take a great thing and just shit all over it. Yeah. That's what they do best.
Now, this was all done to their credit. These guys had in like 2003 when this was happening, they like recorded everything, and it's all like in 12 frames per second, you know, whatever the video recording was.
That's like mini 8, mini DV.
They recorded a lot of it. So that's where a lot of the footage comes from. And they did think that far in advance. So they took that, sliced it all together, and they turned it into a documentary, which is now in the top 10 over on Netflix. But to say that, like, if you just want to watch a movie about a group of friends who are getting together and having a great time, you know, screwing over the man or whatever, or taking over the space, you don't get it because you're bombarded with message of gentrification and white privilege and all this. It's like, it's like insufferable. And all the people in it are just, like I said, white as snow.
Of course.
Like I don't think you see a black person in the entire film.
No, they'd be going like, guys, what the look, I need to find a place to actually live. What the you're making a fucking playhouse, for a pretentious playhouse, basically.
Right. So anyways,
I will say real fast that I forgot the name of it. I can get it later, but there is actually a really good documentary. And Craig, maybe I wish I knew the name of it. Where it's kind of a serious one, but it's fascinating. Where they found that people had built an underground city within a train station, and they like had their own. Like they found ways of making running water and like trade and like it's really fascinating. So that's an interesting watch without much of this gentrification bullshit and everything.
Yeah, they really go out of their way to kind of paint them as like really good people with good hearts who can't pay for anything. So they're stealing the entire time. You know, so
dirty hippies is what they are. Just dirty hippies.
Bingo. They're dirty hippies.
Dirty hippies.
100%. So what could have been with the secret mall apartment? Lady Decade, I know, are malls a thing over in the UK, or have they ever been?
Yeah, very similar. We've got shopping centres, which are essentially the same as malls. And yeah, I've been in many malls across the world, and they're all much the same.
Are they? You ever had the desire to live in them before?
I can't say that I have. When I was in Belgium, we parked in a car park of an abandoned mall right in the centre of Brussels. And then I couldn't remember what floor we'd parked on. And we went to the wrong one, and it was like entering the back rooms. It was terrifying. This just closed down mall that we shouldn't have had access to in the middle of Brussels. It was horrible. Really, really eerie. So I can't imagine wanting to do something like that because it's too backroomsy for me. Don't like it.
You like to see the polish and the posh up front. You don't want to see the walls and the dirty back rooms.
No, and the thought of having to squeeze through tight spaces makes me want to pass out. That's horrible. Don't like that.
Well, there we are. Well, Blabs, you ever wanted to stay in the secret mall apartment before?
No, I can't say that I have. I'm high maintenance. I like a nice bed, nice hot shower, and everything in privacy. And I don't want to live in some random ass building that's gonna have lots of spiders and things. No thanks.
Yeah.
Also, I want to vacuum, and I feel like you wouldn't be able to vacuum that well because people would hear you.
Well, there's no vacuuming in this lab.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
there's
no.
Yeah, I know. That's rough. All right, man. There we go. I will check real fast. Thank you, Blabs, for that. All right, let's go and get to a couple supers real fast. Start of the bat, as Benjamin says. I saw someone saying that the U.S. government was going after its citizens. FAFOing with the feds isn't the same as Ruby Ridge or Waco. Ask the anti-ICE people about Waco or Ruby Ridge and get mad. Thank you, Benjamin. Blabs, why don't you get these while I check the DMs?
Yep. Okie dokie. I'm going to start from the... Here. All right. For a lady, I could listen to her all day. Water not at all. Oh, no. Big words. I can't say this word. Worcestershire.
No, let me translate.
Okay.
Water, not
What?
at all. Water, as in a water, glass water. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Not at all, as in not at all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Worcestershire and Montes. I don't know what that one's meant to be.
Montez.
Yeah. No, well, I would say that's Montez. Montes.
Got it. Marmalin for Rumble Bitcoins for $10 says, looks gay and retarded. Also, Rumble, fix your shit, still cannot send rants. Sorry, Marmalin. Wolfen Wings for 10 says, wasted potential happens so often and it's sad. Young Stove says, also, we hate that mall because of gang crime-ish. Sounds like colonization. Sounds like colonialism. Thank you very much. To Lady Arcade, as a poll, I would like to thank you about the Pegasus console video. Truly a nostalgia punch for many Polish people.
I'm hopefully going to go back to Poland this year on our way back from... We like driving across Europe. So
Cool.
on the way back, definitely want to go back to Poland. There was this absolutely sick retro gaming museum that was just under a bypass in Warsaw. Brilliant.
Young Stove for 2 says, also my state of Rhode Island is a liberal cesspool. Sorry, bro. I live in Rhode Island. There's a big story. The lefties here are weird. We got RISD and Brown, and Emma Watson went there. Also, we hate that mall. It said, I remember when she went to Brown. I was like, maybe I should apply to Brown one day. But then I realized I'd never be able to go to college the same time she is because she's 6 years older than me, so there was no point. Sad Blabs in high school. Anyway, Modest. This one's actually for Craig. Here, Craig, you want to read that one?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, bada bing. Good morning, the governor. Offer ya tea and biscuits. Hello. What's all this now? You got a license for that meme? That's all the British I know. A good day to use Miyamichis. Thank you
Thanks
very
for
much,
that.
Modest. Appreciate that.
Phoenix is dying. A Mercenary for 5 says, Craig, I can't see the show on Rumble. The app is getting stuck trying to load the stream. I recorded and tagged you and Rumble on this.
Well, good. You can join us over on Side Scrollers Plus or on Kick, anywhere but YouTube this afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Jeff says, we may want to recap the whole Sydney Sweeney topic now that Phoenix is back on today. So Phoenix was actually in the chat yesterday during this section in the Rumble side. So you did see it. What were your thoughts on Sydney Sweeney lingerie?
Listen, I just came back, so I'm not ready for that. I'm enjoying the happy birthday wishes and all that other stuff. So if I were to say
Sydney.
mid, we wouldn't want to hear that. Look, good on her for capitalizing on what she knows exactly what she's doing. I say God bless. And 99% of people find her extraordinarily attractive. Men love her and women love her for two different reasons, but it all equates to the same thing, her making money. Atta girl, go get it. Go grab your bag, as the kids say.
That's right. Okay, Commodore Fan for 5 says, as someone who works hard to keep what little I have, self-pretentious squatters are the kind of people I just want to slap in the mouth really hard. Now, that's a fair assessment. Adam says, this is some kind of cyberpunk dystopian future. Phoenix rises again. A brand new birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Phoenix.
And Mercy says, morning, guys. I'm doing better. How are you guys doing? I'm hoping Phoenix is feeling better.
All right. Let's go and move on. I see this AI thing, Blabs, is 1776.
Wild.
Is it? Do you want to talk about this?
I've not I've not watched the trailer yet. I just threw it in there because we have Phoenix here and he's perfect for the AI conversation. Or we can do that tomorrow.
Let's do that tomorrow. Let's do that tomorrow. Let's go ahead and talk about. Let's go move on and talk Minnesota for a minute here. There's a larger point to this discussion that I want to have. We've had a ongoing battle of right and wrong, and depends on who you talk to about what happened in Minnesota the last few weeks. And the most important thing I think that people need to remember is that all this is built and all this started because of the Nick Shirley video where he was talking about the fraud in Minnesota, right? And it's ultimately led to a couple people dying, lots of unrest, people protesting and all that stuff. And we saw the one guy get shot over the past couple weeks, last week or whatever. Who's
Petty,
the one thing that we've heard over and over again is that this guy was just a nurse. He was there peacefully protesting, and he was there just surveying and following and making sure everything was fine. And that's the message that you've heard over and over again, Phoenix, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Saint.
Just I mean, at some point, people. I mean, this is actually the messaging that we've heard over and over again. Actually, over on CNN, right here. Listen to this.
They chose to. They killed the wrong guy, right? Because this is like the perfect guy. Alex Preddy is the guy you would want to date your daughter. The guy you would want your son to grow up to be, a decent human being who was serving humanity, serving sick veterans, who is, there is nothing that has been said about that man that isn't wonderful. And so they can't malign him. They can't malign him because we have the videos.
Well, speaking of having the videos, did you see this of just a few days before he got capped?
Yes, I did this morning.
Yes, this is this video was released by BBC Blabs, which means
Big Black Cockadoodle-Doo.
No. British
Broadcasting Corporation,
That's
whichever
right,
one you want.
Lady Decade, for the record, is the BBC generally thought of as a high-quality organization?
He bloody wants to be with the amount of money I'm paying it.
Well, let's see what they discovered.
This is a moment the news movement filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis, showing a man who appears to be Alex Preddy interacting with federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed him. Our footage was analyzed by the BBC, whose facial recognition technology confirmed his identity to a 97% degree of accuracy. On the morning of January 13th, our team received a tip that federal agents were blocking a street at the corner of East 36 and Park Avenue in Minneapolis. We arrived around 10:15 a.m. We saw observers shouting at the agents as they walked back to their vehicles. When they started driving away, the man kicked their taillight. An agent then got out of the vehicle, grabbed him, and pushed him to the ground.
Okay, so that happens, and all of a sudden, going back to this video here, remember he's a perfect guy right here. Remember this video not too long ago, right? We got this right, and some people were saying this was AI. This was AI generated.
Oh, they were all screaming that, but it was confirmed by his own family, and there's a second angle.
Right, and here's the second angle of it right here. All right, so all that ties into really what I wanted to talk about here, which is the propaganda war that is happening right here. We saw it with CNN just a minute ago. This is the perfect guy here. Saw this clip this morning, and I was like, okay, this guy nails it here. Now, he's going to talk about the initial shooting of Renee Good, and he's going to talk about just kind of the war that's happening here.
I started noticing, whoa, like this is like legit a propaganda war. I started screenshotting every example where you get like a highly emotionally incendiary image or video that later it's discovered was selectively edited, and that like an actual rational story about what happened was hidden from view. Why? It's the goal is to emotionally manipulate people into like a frenzy against law enforcement. This went crazy viral. This little white girl just losing her mind, sobbing, because she was watching a neighbor, an elderly neighbor, get detained by ICE agents. Honestly, you see that and you're like, oh man, my heart breaks. And you're seeing an elderly neighbor get escorted out of the house, and everything in you is like, stop. But then the story comes out Actually, what was happening is ICE was detaining 2 convicted child rapists that were living at this elderly man's house. The elderly man was either harboring or refusing to comply with police officers to try to detain, oh, by the way, 2 convicted child rapists. Christians have to be people who we take time to reflect. Proverbs, he who states his case first seems right until another comes and examines him, instead of just emotionally reacting. So, and that's what.
Okay, so this guy, Josh Howerton, over on X, he's a pastor at a church, and he kind of went in and they referenced this. This is an entire thread about really what this comes down to is something is presented as fast as possible. There's an emotional reaction tied to it, and then that emotional reaction, the attempt is for that to become truth, and that is, for a lot of people, the truth that they know, the only truth that they know here. And we live in a time with social media where now a lot of that narrative gets pushed back on because people have the time, resources, and energy to expose it via something like X, which is something that for the first time in history, narratives are being busted because we're actually getting the full story here, bringing it back to this guy got capped with Petty over here, right? Just this past week because he was such a good person, the guy you only want your girl to date and all this stuff. In reality, he's spitting, kicking, destroying property, not very peaceful. I don't know if I necessarily want somebody, somebody who's going to date my daughter who's going to be beating up cars, unless you're Ryu from Street Fighter, so I would just love to hear y'all's thoughts, specifically you, Lady Decade, about the propaganda war that is happening when it comes to these instances here, because we've seen people totally manipulated from just seeing either the initial story or one side of the story without getting the full context of everything.
This is something that's been a problem for as long as there's been print. So there's examples of it in France around the time of Marie Antoinette, about Marie Antoinette. This is something that, as long as you've been able to communicate, people have wanted to manipulate the thoughts and actions of other people and bring them around to a cause. With that chap there, that was very aggressive. That was I'm not wanting to sound like a chicken or anything, but that was a bit scary. If I was there at the time when that was happening, I'd have been really scared. I'd have left. I'd have made a U-turn and walked right away from that, because I don't like being around stuff like that, because, like you say, FAFO. But this whole issue, I think, from a British perspective, there's always come across as like a left-right divide with propaganda on both sides, that it comes across to us like. And I've always grown up being taught not to trust something just because it's written down. I've always known, like, just because that's in the newspaper and it's being presented like that doesn't make it true, and so on and so forth. Like, very much like that Arthur meme saying, oh, something on the internet's not true. So I've always been the sort of person to sit and question everything. Like, I found that video horrible, but the next thing I'd want to do is then do as much research as I can to verify what I've just seen before I can make a judgment on it. So I don't like the way that you've got someone on CNN sitting there and saying, oh, this man's so wonderful. He's the sort of person I'd like my daughter to bring him home. I'd have been happy with him. He's lovely. He's a nurse. Okay, well, just because someone's a nurse doesn't mean that they're not a dangerous person. And there's always so much information that we don't see, and unless you were there in the very moment witnessing the entire thing with unclouded eyes, you're never gonna know the full story. I do think it is good that we're now in a situation where so many people just get their phone out straight away and start filming things so that you can see. But then again, things are still getting cut at certain points. They're still being edited. I think it's very difficult to trust anything, to be honest with you. I don't trust mainstream media really at all. This is why I prefer watching YouTubers and watching real people deliver news, because I just feel like you're going to get hoodwinked and brought round to someone's agenda no matter what you do or what you listen to, anything.
Right. And look, everybody has their own bias. Everybody understands that. I think the big difference is there's so many people who act emotionally based off things that they see, and they are so quick to jump when in reality, you see how this is all framed here. This is all, once again, this wonderful guy here. But in reality, nobody that is sane goes around and starts kicking taillights of police officers, let alone spitting at their cars. It's like, that's not lovable behavior, dog. I hate to be that to you.
That's the thing. I'm sure he probably is really quite nice when he's at home with his family and he's chilled out. But it takes a certain kind of personality to be able to do that, to behave like that.
Yeah, you got to be mentally messed up a little bit to.
Well, his wife left him.
Is that what the deal was? Yeah, I see. I like, once again, I don't know the whole story on this guy. All I know is what I see, right? And it goes back to, am I getting propagandized by seeing this? I see. Well, this.
We all are.
Exactly. Everybody gets it, right? You are. I've said this a million times. I'm smart enough to realize you are a product of your surroundings, right? I have family members who live on other coasts, and they think completely opposite of me, right? Because despite being from Texas, they've moved to California. They are in that bubble, and you are surrounded by that. Now, what I see in a situation like this is I see a city that was literally defying the odds of the superior national government, saying we are not going to support you, and then all hell breaks loose. And then I see a city or a state like Texas that says, yeah, we'll help you out, and there's no issue at all, right? I live in Texas. I see this. There's no issues here, right? If there are, they're very little. They're certainly not national news. And there's no giant protests that are broken out because the local authorities work with the federal authorities. And the whole thing is amazing. And to see the brainwashing associated with this, which is, I'm going to bring it to Sweet Anita. Now, Sweet Anita is a streamer over on Twitch. Are you guys familiar with Sweet Anita? I believe we talked about her before.
Who is this guy?
It's Crazy Ernie from Crazy Ernie's Used Car Emporium.
Well, we'll get to Sweet Anita in just a second. Lady Decade, I know that you may not be familiar with Crazy Ernie, but Shamsa got the message yesterday and was asking about the notifications. And we told her that when Phoenix is on, you'll be able to hear those real-time notifications. Shamsa just came in and donated $1,000.
Christ.
You want some?
Developers, 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 developers. Developers, 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 developers. Yes.
If you want some dancing blabs, let me know.
Yes. Let's stop down. We'll get to Sweet Anita in just a second.
Okay,
Please,
I'm ready.
Dance blabs, dance.
Thanks. I have great skills in dancing. I'm just putting that out there. That's a white girl dance.
Unbelievable.
Top tier.
Thank Shamsa
Shout out Shamsa, crowns in the chat.
for the queen.
Thank you
so
thank
much
you.
for that incredible generosity and helping us keep going. Unreal. All right, back. What do you say? Like, once again, what do you say to that? You just go, thank you.
That's a hell of a birthday super chat, and I appreciate it greatly. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Back to Sweet Anita and the propaganda that is being spewed here. Sweet Anita is not from the United States, from overseas. And Sweet Anita has been propagandized. And you can tell so by her latest tweet saying, since ICE has been known to spontaneously detain British tourists and has started doing public executions in the street, I've decided to cancel my upcoming trips to the USA. It really doesn't seem safe out there. And while I absolutely loved all my visits so far, I'm going to wait until things stabilize before I make future plans to come over. That's where we're at right now. Lady Decade, from the outside looking in, you're on the other side of the world. You see what's happening in the United States. Is that the perception that you see, that people are like just being ripped out of their cars and executed for no reason? Like, I'm asking because I don't know. Is that the perception?
Well, it's coming up on our social media feeds quite a lot. Well, sorry, I'm just... If you're a tourist, you're there on a tourist visa, you have to fill out an ESTA.
Who is this guy?
It's Crazy Ernie from Crazy Ernie's Used Car Emporium.
How much pages left from the gold sticky notes? Happy birthday, also dancing blabs for this one.
Shamsa, I'm sorry. And I know you were making some really important points there, Lady Decade. But to answer your question, Shamsa, I got a lot of gold notes. I got a lot of gold notes here. I'm just letting you know. Wow. Unbelievable.
Thank you so much.
Can we get some more dancing blabs for a second?
Of course we can.
Before Lady Decade
Absolutely.
finishes her thoughts.
Shout out Wicked's hoodie.
There she goes. All right. I'm sorry. Lady Decade, as we were interrupted by the unbelievable generosity, please continue.
Yeah, you have to fill out an ESTA before you can get off the plane. And then I think off the top of your head, you're allowed there for like 90 days. And then you get questioned by border guards and you go, yes, I'm here for leisure. And they say, what are you doing? You tell them what you're doing. And then you're there, you go do whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. If you're worried about going to America and dying, don't go near people who are having a massive fight. Don't go near people who are all shooting each other in the streets. If you see a load of trouble, turn around and go the other direction. If you see there's a protest over there, don't go, oh, I'm just going to go see what's happening. No, turn around and walk away from it. Common sense. That to me is like, I appreciate she might have some strong feelings, and fair enough, she can feel whatever she feels, but that just comes across as virtue signalling to me. I hate to use that phrase.
Oh,
but she's posturing there. She's saying that to make a point. She's like, if you're that concerned, don't go, but you don't need to make a massive announcement on social media. I don't really post on social media anymore because it's too easy to make knee-jerk reaction bad choice posts that in the end just can make you look foolish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very easy for me to make myself look foolish, so I need to
welcome to the club.
Yeah. So it's just, you don't need to be so dramatic about things. I find certain things very dramatic. That came across as a bit dramatic to me.
I agree. Been pointed out that this is, living in the UK, you're well aware of this. And I feel like you coming on the show, you actually kind of have to bite your tongue a little bit sometimes when it comes to this, because I don't want to see you get arrested for things that you say being offensive over in the UK. Like that sounds like a horrible, horrible thing.
It sounds really silly, but I do have to be really careful because things are just that bit more strict over here. We don't have absolute freedom of speech. I mean, like, I know in America you don't have absolute freedom of speech, but there's a level of more. You've got more freedom than we do here. So I do have to be careful. Like, I know the top comment underneath Anita's post there was something like, "Well, you can get arrested for a tweet." And yeah, technically, yeah, that is true. That does happen. I've got family in the police, so I do know what these figures are. Well, I don't know exact figures, but I do know that it does happen.
I would also like to just add that if you're a tourist anywhere in the world and police stop you for whatever reason, you know what a really good idea is to definitely not do is fight them. You just go along and you work on it later with a lawyer or whatever. And then I'm pretty positive you will not be, quote unquote, publicly executed. That failing to put that little reason in there that all these people were fighting we're obstructing, we're going out of their way to stop a process. It's not a game. This is like an actual, and this is not a laser or water gun fight. This is like an actual investigational process that's happening.
Yeah, I think it just goes back to if you want to smell poo-poo, you're gonna get poo-poo on your nose probably. You know what I mean? Like, if I can find a better analogy, I will. You know,
I love it.
There you go. Stick your nose in the poo-poo. You're gonna get the poo-poo.
See, I've got children, so my instant reaction to it, as soon as I see anything that I think is dodgy, that's it. Come on, kids, we're going that way now.
Right.
Because what's the point? What's the point in causing yourself unnecessary ag?
Man, you should. I sure wish Renee Good asked that question before her 6-year-old kid didn't have a mom. Like, these are things that it's honestly so selfish. It is so selfish, and they see it as putting themselves, out there. It's not selfish. They see the opposite of selfishness, which is just crazy to me. So there we go. As spectacular. The propaganda war rages on, and it will continue to rage on. I think the best thing to do is simply wait before freaking out. I will wait here and let you know that Magnus the Red has come in with the $50 super chat. Unbelievable. He says, I know this is off topic, but tomorrow will be my first day of my probation period for a supervised provision that I applied to. I had a goal and I got it. Montez, let's go, Magnus the Red. That is outstanding. I love to see that. We say it at the end of every show, and we mean it. You got a goal, go get it. Magnus, you know what I'm going to do? Not only am I putting you on the wall, I am going to put a star on your wall. On your sticky note. Look at this. Star for Magnus the Red for going to get it. You get the happy star, Magnus Red. Congratulations. There's your star for going to go get it. Congratulations. Mithrin says, Sweet Anita has some great tics because she has Tourette's. That's the idea. Lady Decade, keep up the great work. Big fan of your channel. Rule Britannia from Lincolnshire.
Lincolnshire.
That too. Yep, that too. All right, Blaz, why don't you get some of these supers real fast while I get Magnus the Red on the wall.
Okie dokies. Logan for 2. What the fuck? That's my okay, thanks for the avatar, bro. Anyway, did you see Ubisoft stock plummet 37% in one day on Wednesday? Why do you have me as your avatar, my man? Anyway,
the better question is why not? That's the better question.
Okay. Anyway, do you see this, Craig? It's me.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, Soul Silver for Canadian 5 says propaganda has already brainwashed so many Canadians here that they will never double check because they don't want to waste time researching. Thank you very much. Yish for 2 says the guy was so perfect they edited his picture to make him look less Jewish. Thank you very much. Jason for 5 says, so if we're going to judge Alex, let's judge the 1 in 10 cops that are pedos. Want names and addresses of those cops? I get cops arrested for it. I mean, all guys that are shit should get arrested. Let's be real. But thank you. It's the guy says another for Lady Bloody L. Oh, bloody hell, as Ron Weasley says. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, I was muted talking to myself there. Going back to that previous super chat, yeah. And by the way, 1 out of 10, really? You think 1 out of... Okay, but whatever. If that's the case, if people are doing bad things, lock them up.
Yep.
It's really simple. Like, I don't care if they're a cop or not. I don't care if they're whatever they are. If you're doing bad things, out the door. Throw them in the slammer.
Yep. All right. Also, before I get some of these supers, do we want to clarify the little change we're doing for Showdown?
In just a minute, because it's going to tie into the next story.
Okay. Boss Snake Master says, this 5 for Lady Decade. Very happy to see you are doing better, Phoenix 07. Happy birthday. And then Buster says, by the way, people saying ICE are killing U.S. citizens don't realize who the local state cops are arresting and are physically engaging with on a daily basis. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Let's go and move on. This has been really interesting to watch over the last couple weeks. The blowback that was the UK propaganda game. What was it called? Pathways to a Better Life, whatever it was. People are going to forget the game, but they will not forget Amelia. And Lady Decade, you actually graced the internet with your cosplay of Amelia here.
I'm wearing the dress right now.
You are. Look at you. Look at you, ready to go. That's great. You're missing the hair though,
pink.
but that's okay. How has Amelia been taken to over in the UK, or is it just strictly a United States thing as we laugh about it and embrace her?
To be honest with you, I'm seeing it everywhere.
Really?
But then I'm interested in it, so it's coming into my algorithm everywhere. But then when I asked my brother about it, and my brother is one of those Gen Z with his head screwed on, he hadn't heard of it, and then just had no idea what I was on about. So I don't know how prevalent it is here, honestly. But then I do everything on the internet, so it's a bit different for me. This is like my space, but for normal people, I don't know. It was on the news though recently. I'm pretty sure I saw it actually reported on maybe like the Telegraph recently. So maybe it's out there now.
It's been interesting to see. I saw one, we talked about it on the show the other day, of how this idea of loving your country is seen as this quote unquote far right extremist take. This was a mainstream media outlet that was talking about it. And the guy who was throwing this out there was, exactly what you'd expect. Super soy boy guy. And he's like, it's so problematic or whatever. But what we've seen from Amelia has been taken over in the best possible way as this source of loving your country, loving your veterans, wanting to make sure what's right for your country, what's best for your country continues to be successful. And we've seen all of these memes come out of it. And I had a couple more memes I wanted to show you today. And AI has been a big part of this, the AI generation of Amelia. I saw this one that I wanted to share with you. This is Amelia in the Matrix here. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is courtesy of Basil the Great or Basil
That's
the
great.
Great. Yeah, here we go. Check this out.
It's not the world that's wrong, Charlie. It's what you've been taught to accept.
Accept what?
That you're powerless, born into a system that changes your country without your consent. A prison they put you in. This is your last chance, Charlie. You take the blue pill, you go back to your life and watch our country decline. You take the purple pill, you stay with me, and you help me fight for this country against crime. Against those who are destroying it.
Pretty awesome.
I've got a dress. I could do that cosplay as well. I've not noticed anyone else do that cosplay at all, but I've got a dress that matches that one. I'll be Amelia Morpheus.
There is a little bit of irony here in that I'm sure that the creators of the Matrix, the
Wachowskis,
brothers, sisters, whatever they want to be called now, the Wachowskis, they would probably see this as they've taken the red pill when it comes to all this stuff, gender and migration and all this stuff. I after all, they are now sisters. The odds of that, it's amazing how they both just became girls. Not a social contagion at all, but hey, whatever. It's certainly not trendy to do. But we have more here from Amelia, as Amelia was recently getting interviewed here by this person here. Let's see how this goes.
White British people should not really be able to be against mass immigration. That was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you were here, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to crawl on your hands and knees, kind of beg forgiveness and generally apologize for it.
Those facial expressions.
I know, great.
They're pretty great.
Fuck off, you prick. White British.
Pretty awesome. Pretty great right there. I feel like that face alone, the face, like these are when you look at the reactions to this, these are really, really good. That's a pretty good meme as well right there. So, man, oh man. Amelia is the gift that keeps on giving. I just, from a messaging standpoint, you said you spoke to your brother, lady, and he had no idea about Amelia?
No, my brother's one of those people that he wakes up in the morning, goes to work, finishes work, goes to the gym, finishes the gym, goes to his house, works on it because he's renovating it, and then goes to sleep. But he's got very strong opinions about things that a few years ago they would have called him. They would have gone, oh, he's alt-right or
Right. Because...
Can I just interject real quick?
Yes,
I always like to just get my little thing in. This is why everyone always calls me crazy. I always say like culture is so important, and they go, "Come on, dude! At the end of the day, it's politics and guns that matter." It's like, no. Like that's a perfect example. That's a guy that probably just wants to get home, watch some TV, maybe a sci-fi show, whatever, or sports, whatever it is. And if those entities are captured, and now it's controlled by those entities, that you're getting your politics in just little tiny forms from your sports show or from your entertainment, and that's all you hear now, you are more likely to just always say like, oh, yeah, well, those are the clear bad guys. Like, or whatever. Like you start to very quickly adapt to what the messaging needs from you. And it's only going to be those who kind of question it or try to investigate it, who are ever on an X where you can see both sides, or you can, find other people's opinions, et cetera. So again, just like a little nice little snippet of how people can be completely shut out from truth when you're the normal average person just trying to live their lives,
Something I just want to clarify quickly is, obviously I just said, we would be considered alt-right. I think people throw around terms like alt-right or far-right, and quite often it's just someone saying that's something that's just common sense. So
Yep.
I'm just...
Well,
sometimes I just get fed up.
No. Listen, we've been labeled anything and everything on the on the internet. Like you go back, I mentioned this the other day in Phoenix. I mentioned this while you were off being sick. I made the mistake of I found my way onto Reddit the other day.
Tune in tomorrow for the Reddit thread.
Yep, we're going to do that tomorrow, and we're going to go through and just I'm going to learn about what a bad person I am, which is
join the club.
Very much look forward to hearing that and all the ists and phobe and alt-right and all this stuff that obviously, right? So we're going to get into that a little bit tomorrow, which will be great. But yes, you are 100% right. These terms have been thrown around to the point of zero meaning at all, and people are just tired of it. They're done. They're done with all this stuff. They're done with the phrases and words that have been diluted to the point of non-use at this point. They just when a phrase, and I've talked about this on the show before. Like when I was growing up, if you were called racist or homophobic or whatever, it was like, yo, dude, like I don't want to, like those words had meaning to them. Yeah. And now they're just thrown around like salt. Just it doesn't mean. It's just
well, I've been laughing forever that I'll call them the small mustache regime, okay? That term is being thrown around so much now and always associated now with common sense, actually people doing good, not racist, like all the things. They've now thrown that so much to the small mustache regime that it's like the joke now is that in a way, it's almost like the biggest redemption arc ever is the small mustache regime now going to return peace and prosperity back to the world. It's ridiculous how they've warped words now to the point where they just change 180 its meaning. Everyone that's been called racist are by far the least racist people I've ever known, for instance, as an example.
One of my favourite words that gets used incorrectly all the time is fascist.
Oh, yeah.
That one really annoys me. Oh. And the way it's been conflated with specifically being right-wing when it's not a specific right-wing thing.
Have you seen the video of Joe Rogan talking about like all these things that are seen as right wing that not it was like 2008 when Hillary Clinton was running. The things that she was saying. Let me see if I can pull this up really fast. Blabs, why don't you get a couple supers real fast while I find this super chat?
Alrighty, well, let me just start playing some boobies.
Ooh.
Okay. Hazed Zealot from Rumble for $54, precisely 54, says, "Hail, boys and girls. The Angry Game News, TAGN, is doing a 24-hour stream starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Couldn't do the 11 cents on Rumble, so $54 even."
Let's go. All right, well, check it out there. The Angry Game News, 24-hour stream. All right,
So you
nice
get
little
to go on your
promotion for
wall.
yourself. Absolutely. That we're going to put Hated Zealot on the wall, or Hazed Zealot, not hated. Hazed Zealot. That's a totally different right there. There you go.
Awkward.
Yeah, that's
Joey
rough.
for 2 says, "Hey, Phoenix, is that a Spice Girls t-shirt?" It is.
Representing.
Cthulhu for 5 says, "Sweet Anita has Tourette's and was almost canceled a few years ago for slipping out the N-word on live stream. Much love to all and happy birthday, Phoenix." Also, Wisp for 1 says, "All out group preference. You need to work 80 hours a week because a billion Bamalians need all your tax money so they can live on welfare." Thank you very much. And then again, thank you, Hayes Zealot, for the 54.
Let me get you on that wall while this video plays here. This was Joe Rogan on his recent podcast. Once again, everything that is said during the speech would now be considered problematic and right-wing. Check this out.
I know it's on YouTube, but it's this amazing campaign speech. Where you got it?
This is 2008.
Is it 2008? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Here it is. Listen to this. I love this one.
I think we got to have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked. They're gone. If
Cheers from the Democrats.
they've been working and are law abiding, we should say, here are the conditions for you staying. You have to pay a stiff fine because you came here illegally. You have to pay back taxes, and you have to try to learn English, and you have to wait in line.
You're going to learn English. Everybody's cheering.
Yeah, they love it. They love it.
So you can see all those things that would be extremely problematic today here, just by saying those things. It's brilliant, just holding the mirror up to these people and saying, clearly Hillary Clinton is problematic and deeply right-wing bigot because of those things.
Now, see, here's the interesting thing. If you ever want to try and figure out like where you are, like if you're on the right side of history and stuff like that, you just ask yourself, have your morals and principles changed? And I bet you everyone on this panel would say, for the most part, outside of just personal growth, no, we pretty much feel the same way about what we feel is right and wrong, etc. Ask an old Democrat that and how much they've had to modify their stance on pretty much everything, and unquestionably, because if you question it, well, then of course you're a bigot. Like, that's what's so interesting. Everyone on the right has remained pretty consistent to the point where they actually don't even like getting involved in politics. They just want to be left alone. It's just like, listen, we just want to be able to protect ourselves, less taxes, this and that, right? So it's amazing. You can see, and I've got some heavy Democrat friends, and I've watched them jump on every single new slogan. And I'm like, dude, can you even see yourself 2 weeks ago from what you were saying?
Right.
And they're just like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. It's like, wow, okay, like you're gone. It's just, they're gone.
Yep. Pretty spectacular stuff.
The moment your critical thinking goes out the window, just stop trying. Go back to bed.
Just go back to bed. Lady Dixon, go back to bed, she says. It's good. All right, let's go ahead and move on and let Lady Decade take the floor here, because you have a story that you don't think is getting a whole lot of coverage here, and it has to do with Ubisoft and some of the cancellations that have been happening. This is a company that has seen a lot of issues here. If you just look at their stock over the last 3 months, I mean, well, I'll say let's actually back up here and let's actually say here is Ubisoft's stock over the last 3 years, which, as you can see, it's not gone very well. And really in the last 3 months, it's really fallen off a cliff here. This is after they announced the changes that they were going to be making of delaying a bunch of games, right? Is this correct? Lady Decade?
Yes, I believe that is.
Which leads us to this story here with one of those games that was being canceled. What's the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake here? Apparently, the actress that was in it found out that the game was canceled by the internet. But continue. Tell us about it, Lady Decade.
Okay, I'm going to read from my notes,
Okay.
as is my habit,
Yes.
because obviously I am a scatterbrain at the best of times.
By all means.
So basically, the reason that I wanted to talk about this story is because I literally think it is bizarre that no one else has criticised this yet. So I've made a video about this. It should hopefully all things going well, go up on my channel tonight. But yes, just to give a bit of context, and I did give you some links which might be worth clicking on later on, if that's all right with you.
Absolutely.
So obviously, as we all know, Ubisoft has cancelled 6 games and closed down 2 studios amid financial crisis. So a €1 billion operating loss, 96% stock decline since 2018. And then obviously, as we all know, Prince of Persia, the remake, was in development for nearly 6 years across multiple studios, and that is one of the ones that has received the axe. So that brings us to the lady that was in Dexerto and many other gaming websites articles, Eman Ayaz, and she evidently was the voice actress for the lead character, and it appears that she's worked there for 3 years and seems to have been paid for that. But she found out about the cancellation via a WhatsApp message from her brother, rather than professionally through an HR letter or email or something like that. She claimed in this particular video that it was the best performance of her career, despite its unreleased status. I'm very much a person who thinks that a best performance is judged by an audience, but there we go. And she's framed the cancellation as affecting her US visa application. So she was going for an O1 visa, which I'll go into a bit more in a moment. So my main counterpoints to this is that she was fully compensated for all of her work. So what she's upset about is that she's lost her career visibility rather than wages. So it's not that she's been shafted by Ubisoft, it's that she was hoping that everyone was going to play this game and then absolutely laud her for her stellar performance. And then what she's specifically said in the video was, 3 years ago, I booked a life-changing role on a life-changing project. I've dedicated the last 3 years of my life to this project. It's brought out what I honestly believe was the best performance of my career, and now nobody is ever going to see that. Sorry, I need my glasses.
Yeah, do your thing. Me too.
My second point was her visa claims. O1 visas. Now, she said in this video, I'd even reached out to entertainment lawyers to obtain an O1 visa and try to work in the States once this project came out. And I had enough publicity from all of that. But because the project has been cancelled and I can't publicly attach my name to it, that is no longer an option. Now, O1 visas require sustained national/international acclaim. I don't think that having a credit on Prince of Persia, a Ubisoft game, is going to give her the international stardom that I think is required for an O1 visa.
I have to say this to that. Just that right there. That's yeah, I don't know about that. But yes, well, continue. I'm sorry.
So basically, so far in that video, it's very much her having her head in the clouds and being a bit of a dreamer. Like she comes across, honestly, as like a very sweet person and a very nice person. She comes across as probably quite conscientious, but also she seems like someone who might be acting maybe on her emotions. But after the O1 visa, it's this bit that follows that really opens your eyes up about her worldviews.
Do you want me to play it?
Yes, please.
Okay, here we go. 348.
When it's been your life for so long. As a Canadian Pakistani woman, this is
Bingo. There we go. There it is, Phoenix. There it is. We got Phoenix powering down today. Literally just the prefix right there. I'm sorry. Listen, Phoenix, why don't you just open your ears a little bit and listen, okay? This is important.
When it's been your life for so long. As a Canadian Pakistani woman, this is especially heartbreaking when the roles that are available to me are already so scarce. Some people, in an effort to cheer me up, will want to say, "You're so talented, just wait until the next big thing comes around." And what they don't realize is how diminishing that can feel when it feels like I'm so unplaceable in casting. Being South Asian and being a Muslim are not very popular things in media right now. I happen to be
It's
both.
voice acting though, so who the fuck cares what
If you close your eyes, no one would even know what the hell she is.
Exactly.
But she's saying about being South Asian and Muslim not being very popular things. But if you skip forward to 4 minutes and 45, she says something that completely contradicts that.
Okay.
I'm put out for certain specialized South Asian roles. It feels like facing another battle because while I am Pakistani on both sides, I have light skin, which I think it hasn't really become accepted in the media as much that South Asians come in so many different colors. I feel like they just want you to know, like,
I just want to color her mouth with my farts. Like, that's all I want to do. Just the same gas coming out of it, I want to put right back in. That's fuck her. Sorry.
Okay, here's the thing, though.
Can't stand these people.
This is the thing that you've heard consistently, though, is, hey, like, do you remember Hank Kazarian, right? He played Apu, right? He got booted out of the role of Apu on The Simpsons because
stupid.
He was a white guy, right?
Yes.
And there it is. And you weren't educated. You were playing a stereotypical guy. Well, look, if you want to play the game that you can only be cast for the quote color or ethnicity or identity that you are, this is what happens. I'm sorry, there's not a whole lot of roles for Canadian Pakistani people, right? Like if that's the way you want to typecast it, then by all means go crazy. But play stupid games, win stupid prizes in a situation. This is what you asked for. I have no sympathy. Zero.
Agreed.
At
Lady
5
Decade?
minutes, yeah, 5 minutes 46.
Okay. Oh.
She says, oh, in fact, let's hear her say it.
Let's get it.
True that I have to work twice as hard as non-marginalized.
So tired. I'm so tired of this. Oh God. Okay. Yes.
Actors just to find space for myself in the industry. So when you have put so much work into just getting a seat at that table and then it's kind of pulled out from under you, it really sucks. It's an upward battle and it's going to continue to be that way. And you thought you had your foot like in a ledge finally. And
can we pause it because I've got some more tea to spill over here.
Please.
So my next note is so she's invoking her Muslim identity on this video, which is fine. You get Muslims of all flavors.
Yes.
And I'm sure probably all of us probably know someone who is Muslim who doesn't dress traditionally and so on and so forth. That's fine. It's not a problem at all. But I feel like if she's going to invoke her Muslim identity on this video, then why is she appearing in Christmas movies such as the Hallmark movie Flipping for Christmas?
Way to go.
And another one called The Christmas Spirit. And then also on another video on her channel, so if you see 0.5.2, she's filming a video in front of a very Muslim, you click on it, there's no point with saying it spoils it.
Wonderful
Christmas tree. There you go, very Muslim Christmas tree. And all I'm going to say is that on another video, like you could say, oh, that might not be her Christmas tree, but in another one of her videos on the same channel, and if you click on 0.1 just above that, I believe it's possibly this video, she actually claims ownership. But as you can see there, that's not particularly traditional Muslim attire.
No.
there.
Another
But-
is the tattoo, I'm assuming.
Yes, it matches mine. But, like, strangely enough, we've got more or less the same skin tone, more or less the same hair colour, and evidently the same little tattoo.
Oh,
Did you get like a double mastectomy? Where are those fuckers? Where are they? Look at that. What?
Easy,
where is
easy,
it?
Oh
Sorry.
no! To be fair, I actually love that top that she's wearing. I love it. I think it's lovely. If I had the figure for that, I would 1,000,000% would wear that.
But it's not about the. I mean, yes, the clothes are a part of it, right? But it's more about the idea of when you want to put yourself in a box.
Yeah.
You gotta play within the boundaries of that box, right? And
Yeah.
she wants it both sides of this, right? Well, I am a Canadian, Pakistani, Muslim, whatever. Okay, cool, awesome, right? That's also a part of Hallmark Christmas movies.
I think if her faith was really a huge part of her life, there would be consistent effort to show modesty. And obviously, as I was saying earlier, that doesn't mean wearing a burqa, but it does certainly seem like she's not as into her faith as perhaps other Muslims would be. But she is pulling the Muslim card for sympathy at what seems to be a convenient time for her. So
The Christmas spirit, something I'm
Yeah.
sure she knows a lot about.
They're all
Basically.
con men. It's just being con men. Like that's all this is. I show no mercy to these fuckers.
yeah,
Or
it would
their
be like me
mastectomies.
pulling. It would be like me pulling the Hindu card because it feels advantageous to a particular narrative. Like,
You should try it.
yeah,
You should do it. You should try it. Get all the sympathy.
Do like a research.
Yeah.
yeah. No, that sort of thing gives me the ick. Like,
I agree. But you should still try it.
did you know that I need special treatment from you guys because some of my family members are practicing Hindus?
Oh, I thought that we were already providing you special treatment.
Yeah,
Do
you
you
have
need
given
more?
You've given the Tisms a spot on your show.
Admiral Tism.
But yeah, I think in the video she's demonstrating a lack of understanding about how the gaming industry and professional risk within that environment work, because games are cancelled all the time. Like just because you've worked on a game, like how many millions of games have been cancelled over the years? Like so many. But I think point number 7 that I've put down as well, diversity claims. I think it's absurd to suggest that Ubisoft, who are known for aggressive diversity initiatives, cancelled the game, right? And this is my words based on her insinuations. This is not words that came out of her mouth, but too many brown people. It's not the reason why Ubisoft cancelled that game.
Do you say Ubi fart? Because I've
Yeah, I
She
might as
did.
well say that.
It was wonderful.
So this is at 7:21 of that most devastating moment of my career. Is that what we're looking
Yes,
at here?
please. Yeah.
Let's hear it from her own mouth here.
And at times like these, it feels like marginalized stories are the first to be cut because they're deemed non-essential. It would become easy to become bitter.
Wow.
Yeah.
So brave.
So what I wrote to that was, she's putting the cancellation of a legacy prestige franchise, which has been successful since the 1980s, which is very likely probably a long time before she was born, down to being non-essential. Nothing to do with it being untenable after being thrown around from studio to studio and pillar to post. And then by that point, probably costing way too much to be worth releasing. So I don't see personally what that has got to do with marginalisation, because they axed 6 projects at once. So take
Well,
from that what you will.
What's amazing about this is that with the Prince of Persia game, a lot of the talk around this game was that is obviously pushed around, as you mentioned, to multiple developers. Went from Ubisoft Pune to Ubisoft Mumbai, and apparently it was just very poorly put together. The game looked like poo poo, and it didn't play well, and ultimately just didn't make the cut. So, but we see and to continue on about the IGN articles, you have multiple articles here, the way this has been presented here. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, that was a big bone of contention for me, because apart from the fact that I don't think that Eman Ayaz is a bad person in any way, shape or form, I do think she's naive. And then when you look at the articles that have been written about her video, what you've got is a lot of people being very sympathetic and then not digging into her actual claims. So where she's claiming that she can't get a visa, the reality is that she hasn't been able to apply for a visa. She can't use the game to apply for a visa. And the fact that she's making it all about being marginalised and her identity, but no one's digging into that. And it's just going back to the same usual of we can't trust the Access Media gaming news websites because they've reported that she's made the video, but no one's done any digging. And I dug all of that up in one afternoon. It wasn't difficult. It just was like, okay, who's that? Looked her up, found her channel, clicked on her videos. Oh, well, that's not very consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying she's a bad person or anything like that. I just think she was naive. I think she lives in an area, because she says in another video that she lives in Toronto. I think she maybe lives or works in an environment where that sort of narrative is being pushed and it's given her unrealistic expectations about the world. She also explained in another video that she's only ever done acting or had social media roles as a job. So she's never worked in what I would consider to be a traditional job. So she's not evidently got the same sort of worldviews as, say, you or I would have, where we've actually perhaps maybe gone to work at a mechanics or work in an office or just, you know, traditional jobs. And I think that might have skewed her view on things. So I'm going off piste here now, so I'm starting to panic because I haven't got my notes.
You're great. You're great.
Back up what I'm saying.
Listen, I think there's a lot of truth to that, where people look. I don't know this girl. I always like to think the best of people, right? As you know, I'm not going to say she's a bad person by any means, but I do think that this type of stuff happens all the time, right? Whether it's right or wrong, it is what it is. Projects get canceled. She's not the first. She won't be the last who had her voice work canceled or the project she's working on canceled. It happens every day in games, happens every day in movies, happens every day in TV shows and commercials, happens every day on the internet, happens all the time. The reality is that she got paid for her work. I'm sorry the exposure didn't pay off, but you chose to make that agreement to get paid for that. And ultimately, it's their decision to do what they want with it. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you. Better luck next time. If you're truly talented, you'll have more opportunities.
And wouldn't it have been a better narrative too? This would have been a non-story if you just, because at first I liked her. You know, look, attractive young girl, seems talented. Her voice sounds great, right? Like her narrative voice sounds wonderful there. Great. And look, hey, something bad happened. This Ubisoft project that if she went on there saying like, oh, it sucks that this is happening. It was a big break for me. I was really hoping that was, hey, you know what? I'm going to go back out there and, hey, if anyone else knows a project that's going on, I'd love to throw my hat in that, whatever it is. And we'd all rally behind her.
Yep.
All of us, we would, including me, we would all go, oh, that's great. You know, good on you. And you're also not making 1,000 excuses and then shitting on the company and all this other bullshit and doing a sob story. You're showing some strength and that you want to get back out there. All of us love those people. We love them and we rally behind them. But again, so I will disagree with everyone here saying she's not a bad person. Of course she's a terrible person. I'm tired of I'm really tired of us always giving excuses. Like, that's why we're here. We need 1950s dad. He needs to come back in. He needs to come home with his belt. Enough of this bullshit. No. I don't care about those tears, sister. So if you went out there and showed a little bit of class, we would have all been behind you because you look the part and you sound the part. Great on you. Let's get you a job now. Let's all do that. Nope. Because the narrative was great. The big corporation canceled you and you're looking to the everyday man to help you out. They would have been there in a minute.
Can I just say,
sorry.
Like, did anyone else notice her microphone setup where she was like having things piled up to have the microphone placed perfectly in front of her? Like, that also adds to like, oh, she can't even afford a microphone stand. Help this girl out. Like, she did that too.
She does that in multiple videos. But the other thing is, she says it in one of her other videos that she's a perfectionist, but in this video, the framing's obviously completely off. She's got the microphone blocking her face.
Not even got her bed made, so she's clearly not a perfectionist.
I appreciate that. That's what y'all are taking out of this video. Is that
was the first thing I noticed was her microphone placement. I was like, yo.
There's a level of naivety, though. And I know I said naive earlier, but one of the reasons I think she's naive is because if I was a potential employer and I saw that video, I don't know how I'd feel about that. I think that if I was going to have her involved with something that there's a risk that it could go wrong or go unreleased, is she then going to go on a social media rant about it? So there's that to consider.
No, there's a lot of truth in that. I mean, she felt strongly enough to go and make a video about this, and I think somebody will think. I mean, she's trying to gain the visibility that she wouldn't have had by being in the game, but ultimately, I think she's doing more detriment than she is good.
If she went with what I said, she would still be hireable by those that she's trying to virtue signal to as well. Like, you would have been good on both sides and everyone would have loved you. It's hilarious that you can be in entertainment and just not say your politics, and you're going to be accepted by both sides because everyone's begging for it. And we want to be entertained and we want to support those that entertain us. That's all you have to do. It's just don't be so, just enough with the virtue signal. That's it. It's so easy. It's so easy.
But there's also her expectations from Ubisoft. I don't think she doesn't come across as someone who's deep into gaming because she's got unrealistic expectations of what Ubisoft can do for her.
She came in and she just wanted that money. Yeah, well, there's a lot of truth in that. She wanted that money just to flow and that exposure to flow and become an international superstar based off of her performance in Prince of Persia remake. There we are. All right. Well, thank you for that, Lady Decade. That you have given her more exposure than she'll ever need, which is great. Good luck to you, young lady, with your next career move. We'll see how it goes. G Yin came in with the 10. Says, I'd like to see side scrollers look into the laws several states are trying to pass on 3D printing, zero privacy in designs, etc. Loyal Moses on YouTube has a lot of info on it. Maybe he could be on the show. Interesting. I haven't heard this. Thanks for the heads up on that. G Yin, Blazel.
Yeah, screen grabbed.
Wonder if that has anything to do with pew-pews. I wonder if they're trying to find a way to stop that.
I'm sure it has something to do with the pew-pews, for sure. Hippie Tree Hugger came in and says, it's all social engineering, forcing people into
probably thought process is my guess.
Thought? Yes. I can't read.
A though process.
Yes, a though process. Soul Silver says, I'm effing tired of these privileged Nepo babies making my country the clown of the world. Stick to either CAD or PAC, not both. Thank you, Soul Silver. Yes, Canada is a laughingstock. Although all those in Canada would say that the United States is a laughingstock. But Jay Thomas says, just like Shakespeare was a black African Moroccan lesbian assigned woman at birth, she wasn't person, so she shouldn't have gotten the part anyways. Thank you, Jay Toma.
Though I will say something.
Yes.
She in the video she was saying about she's quite light skinned for someone who lives in Pakistan. I'm guessing that she's probably, this is my guess, based on genealogy, that she might come from Pashtun people, which is a group of people that would have lived around West Pakistan up into like Iran and Afghanistan sort of area. So when you get people from that part of the world with my sort of colour skin and sometimes blue eyes, they're Pashtuns. There you go.
Excellent. Well, now we know. Thank you.
Tism information.
I feel more educated now than I ever have. Thank you, Lady Decade. Appreciate that.
Sorry.
I just got so much smarter.
Fun facts with Lady Decade.
Like a long time ago, I used to have this useless knowledge thing I used to do with my like 20 years ago. We had this Handsome Tom's useless knowledge. We should have that with Lady Decade. It'd be great. Useless knowledge.
I'm so full of useless facts.
Listen, we all are. We just don't know that they're valuable, which is great. Blaz, why don't you get these last couple real quick? I need to take a potty break, and then I'll be right back.
Such big words. All right. Yeti for 5 says, anyone else notice how these people swap out pronouns and ethnicity? Why can't I say that word? Ethnicity.
The tough one.
You know what? That word.
You got
Apparently,
it.
I can't English today.
Ethnicity. ethnicity.
Your mom. Anyway,
Wow.
with the same ease they swap out accents with. Thank you very much. And guys, look, Joey Tribbiani has super chatted us. Hooray! He says, "Hey Phoenix, I'm glad you're doing better. Cool recognizes cool. Hey Blabs, how you doing? How you doing?
How you
And then
doing?
I could be like Rachel, be like, I'm doing good, baby. How you doing? When she's all drunk and everything. And then it's like, love the show. Sunglasses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm
Thanks,
guessing he's
Joey.
copying your sunglasses. Yeah, cheers,
Yeah,
Joey
yeah.
Tribbiani. Thank you for being here, and I'm sorry your sitcom did so bad. Womp womp. Anyway, all right. I think we're all caught up on the... Oh, no, here we go. All right. There's some right here. Pokel for one says, Washington State is banning 3D printers unless they can ban gun parts and can't be
bingo.
converted by a skilled technician. Then Commodore Fan for 5 says, yes, the 3D printer restrictions are where you can't modify it from stock. You only print approved designs, and the moment you try to print a gun part, it locks down the printer and contacts the police. What?
Okay.
All right, so I did screenshot that YouTuber that you guys recommended, and so I will look into him and see if I can get him booked and scheduled and all that. But yeah, okay, we're caught up on the super chats, but I'm pretty sure I see what Craig wants to do next, so we're just gonna do that real fast.
Let's go. Let's roll.
So let me pull this up real fast. Fuck you, Craig, for peeing for 5 years.
Wow.
Okay, here we go. All right, so Lady Decade, you said you had a little update on the mothership, but before you get to the update, can you explain to the people who don't know what the mothership is?
Okay, so some of the people that lost their jobs from companies like Polygon, etc., or indeed some of the people that didn't lose their jobs but then left on protest, have started a new gaming news website, which is paywalled. So you have to pay X amount to be able to access things and to get the lovely feelings of sticking it to the man with the hostile audience that all of us lot are.
A quick reminder,
And,
you can use promo code use promo code Petty over at Side Scrollers Plus to do the exact same thing with us. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
It's the quality of the information, though, because I went on there. They launched formally on the 26th, and they've already got something like 9 or 10 articles up. But the one that's particularly impressed me was this particular one. There you go. So
I would like to read this in the most sultry way I possibly can.
Ooh, yes, yes, yes.
If your romantic partner purposefully breaks your gaming equipment, that's abuse.
Ooh.
And then the normal person's response to that would be, "No shit, Sherlock. Is this what people are paying for?" That's literally it. That was literally my point. Is that what they're posting?
Yeah,
like, because I thought this was about to be. I thought this was supposed to be all about how identity is so inherently important to gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Just real fast, I looked at Nico Deo. That's
Yes.
the author. Nico Deo is a feminist media critic who lives in the Midwest with her cat and has written for a variety of publications, including Vice Games, Pace, Kotaku, and Polygon. Her writing focuses heavily on how games view gender and sexuality. Sounds right up Phoenix's alley, right?
Phoenix is going to quantum leap right out of there with his green screen.
God damn. I hate that I feel better right now.
Cat lady.
This is, by the way, and I'm sure you mentioned this at the start of this Lady Decade, but this is the entire premise of this website here. Like, this is the entire premise, Blabs, is this. I would read this for everybody.
Oh, me? Okay. Playing games has always been about the nature of gender, identity, and performance.
I'm sorry, stop. Has it always been about this? I just say, like,
Apparently
really?
so. Apparently
Wait, it's
so.
always been about these three things?
Yes,
I mean,
it's never been about escapism and just having fun. Arr.
I can say without question, Craig, I think you'll agree that those three would have never been on my list ever, one time ever, of what playing games is all about.
Like maybe performance in like how you play a game of Mario, Street Fighter, or Mario Party, but not the first two. These have never been brought up ever. Like to say games have always been about what? Are you kidding me? That's the dumbest thing I've ever read. And if this is their mission statement, like these people will be out of business in 6 months. I mean, they're going to run out of money so quick. It's
Well, you say that though, but Labs noticed last time we talked about this that they're corporately owned. So I think they're after
by
ESG
who?
money. It says LLC on their website somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so I reckon that they're after the lobbying company money.
Yeah, they're after big government. They want big daddy government money.
Yeah, so they want the money of the sort of person that would want to sign up to that website, and then they also want the corporate money as well. So, and that's why I'm a bit like, well, why do you need to pay for it if they're going for corporate money? That I'm not saying that's a fact, but that's my inference.
Okay,
from the situation.
We talk about these qualifiers that you put in front of Labs. Please read this for everybody. This is like, you want to talk about a power down moment? Just read this here.
Oh, poor Phoenix. Uninstall. All right. At Mothership, a queer and women-owned independent publication co-founded.
Hold on. Real quick. As you read this, I'm going to play a real quick game. Every time you hear the bounce, that means there's some sort of red flag, if you will. Okay, so go and start over real quick.
Yeah, I just want to point out though, like the paragraph above, right? So we only read the one sentence, and then the second sentence is actually true because it's like you do step into the shoes of another person or thing inhabiting a body other than your own. That is part of the playing the video game. It's escapism. So it's just they're so stupid they don't even realize what they're writing.
I have a counter above, Craig, if you want. That's up to you.
Oh yeah, you can go into, but you count them. I'll bounce here. Okay, so every time Blab's starting at Mothership, I will do the bounce. Every time there's some sort of red flag.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right, at Mothership, a queer and woman-owned independent publication co-funded by Polygon veterans Maddie Myers and Zoe Hanna, we have always understood this is what games are about. Whenever we play an RPG, we notice the choices that are available and the ones that aren't. We've observed that most female video game characters have hourglass figures and pale skin. And we can't help but consider the physical norms on display among male characters in games too. Whether we're revving as Lancer, as Marcus Phoenix, or swinging a sword as Link, or putting on a Gerudo disguise.
Gerudo disguise.
Gerudo, yeah, lovely. Okay, every genre of game belongs here at Mothership, and when we say game, that means console, PC, mobile, and tabletop games. We'll cover everything from the best of the cozy, girly pop offerings to sci-fi and fantasy worlds that imagine different identity politics and gender norms, and we won't neglect to cover games grounded in reality, from military shooters to narrative memoirs. The best part of Mothership is that you, the reader, get to exist in a space where the assumption is that you play games and care about them. No exclusion, intimidation, or gaming credentials questioned. And even if that isn't your experience, maybe you just want to read a gaming site with writing and perspectives that specifically focus on gender and identity as they relate to games. We should warn you, though, that we just might convince you to use the word gamer to refer to yourself. Occupational hazard.
All right, sorry, that was enough bouncing. Phoenix, what was the total number here?
17. 17.
Wow. 17.
There it is.
Right there on
Right
screen.
there,
There
right
you
up
go.
there.
It's hidden in there. 17 total red flags in just 2 paragraphs from Mothership right here. And I'm sorry, it was like going to a basketball game in here. There was some serious dribbling happening right there. I did not expect that many red flags to be thrown out there right there. But getting back to the very important article that was written on the Mothership. Yes, if your partner purposely breaks your gaming equipment, that is abuse right here. Congratulations, Mothership, for really breaking it down and letting everybody know. I wish that I only had full access to this, but I don't, and I never will. So listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. If Mothership ever has more paid supporters than Side Scrollers Plus, I'm going to pack it up. We're going to be done. I'm just going to quit. I will straight up quit. We will be done. That or we'll have the most ridiculous fundathon, subathon ever, because I do not, and I refuse to believe that Mothership has a fraction of the audience that Side Scrollers does. Like, I refuse. So I will straight up quit. And I write it down. It's a guarantee. Straight up, we're done. We're going to be done. Give Phoenix a nice high five, a firm handshake. Say congratulations, you did a great job.
You're fired.
You're out. Mothership beat us.
Right. Yeah. Hey, man, totally get it.
There you go. All right. Nice. Anything else for that, Lady Decade, before we power down?
Not really. I was going to wrap myself up in the comfort of my own flag, but I don't know how safe an idea that is.
Lady Decade, I'm sorry if you do that. The authorities will be coming to hunt you down.
That's racist.
It's wildly unfortunate. Hey, Speculative says the red flag needs to be a regular thing. I think we need maybe a better sound effect than the boing. But yes, I think the red flag.
Just use Rob Schneider. Hey, bro.
No, that's too much. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, we'll definitely see if we can make that happen. All right, I have good news for everybody. We're gonna keep. I'm gonna keep going here this afternoon. And like pretty much right after the show, I'm gonna go grab a quick bite to eat. And coming up in just a few minutes, over everywhere but YouTube. Which, by the way, YouTube, you can find a link to this in the pinned comment and the description. But Craig's totally transformative and fair use Greenland documentary live stream is happening shortly. Like I said, it started in about 45 minutes. It'll probably be sooner than that. So you can actually go over. And you guys over on Rumble, you don't need to go anywhere. We're gonna raid that. So you just need to stay right there, and we're gonna raid over there. You guys watching on a Kick, you stay right there. You guys watching over on Twitch, I think you guys can stay right there. But either way, it's going to be a fun time. We'll have custom alerts for the $53.11 direct donation over there, which will rewind the documentary 10 more minutes so we can spend more time together. By the way, I'm in this for the long haul. I have my kids have things going on today. So, like, guess what? We can do this for as long as you want, all the way up till about 8 o'clock tonight. So the documentary is 2 hours long. Which I will be fully transforming. I encourage you to join me over everywhere but YouTube, which once again, them the games when it comes to YouTube. I wish we could do it, but we cannot. Over on Side Scrollers Plus. And once again, as a extra incentive to join us on Side Scrollers Plus, you can use promo code PETTY to get 50% off an entire year of Side Scrollers. That is literally our best deal we can actually offer on the platform. If I could offer you more, I would. But it's 50%. That's the most we can offer over on Side Scrollers Plus. Use promo code PETTY. That is good only today and tomorrow. So take advantage of it now. We would greatly appreciate that as we're hitting record numbers over there. Hopefully that Mothership will never catch up to.
Well, at least you're offering something of value.
We're trying. We're always trying to add more value every single day, which is important to us. Dan says, yeah, the Mothership article was absolutely ridiculous. The way you're reading it with the sound effects in my mind, I need a drink.
We all do.
We also have Kraz came in and says, never forget Jake Gyllenhaal was the ultimate Persian. This is
Dude,
true.
I actually love that movie.
Andy has great abs.
Yeah.
Just saying. Commodore fans, we need to replace the Boing songs with Beavis going, boing. Boing. I love that. I would be remiss. I know we're up against it on time. But Lady Decade, do you have like 5 minutes for Today in Gaming History?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, right. Let's finish on a big bang.
Today in gaming history with Blabs.
That's me.
Going with the OG today, Blabs. All right, what do we got?
Well, apparently I did a good job today, but January 29th, we have Tetris releasing for PC in 1988. We have this game called Duke Nukem 3D that I did actually try a couple of weeks ago, and it was an experience. That released on the greatest year ever in 1996.
Wait, you had never played Duke Nukem before?
Nope.
When did you play that?
I tried it out on my YouTube channel a couple of weeks ago after it was like a 20-minute thing I did. And then Kingdom Hearts All-in-One package released in 2019. Ta-da!
Okay. Well, I don't see Tetris on this list. I don't know where you got that from.
GameFAQs just nuked it on me.
Making shit up.
Straight up lying. It's unbelievable. So we're going to disregard Tetris for the PC in 1988. Duke Nukem 3D, obviously an amazing game, a classic, as you mentioned.
January 27th in UK, January 29th in the US in 1988.
Well, not according to...
I Googled it.
Well, not according to GameFAQs, which
well,
is the preeminent
GameFAQs
source
can
here.
suck my dick today because
Wow.
I changed it.
Wow, so mad, so angry.
Yeah, it makes me look bad.
It does.
Makes me look like Riri over here.
There she is.
I think I
third
know
dragon,
about your
everybody.
anatomy too. Wow, interesting.
Big, it's huge. Thank you.
Wow, huge. Well, let's see. You did Duke Nukem, Kingdom Hearts
Mhm.
all-in-one package. You missed Panzer Dragoon Saga.
A biggie.
Here. That's a big one here, as well as Phantasy Star Online for the Dreamcast. That.
Oh, look.
Oh yes, please. What do you have for us today?
I believe they play that now, like to this day. I think
Oh,
people
yes.
are still playing that, right?
That is correct.
Whoa, nice.
Does that upset you, Lady Decade? Oh, she can't hear us.
Sorry, I took my earphones out.
That's okay. Does that upset you that Blabs would just be so disregard Phantasy Star Online like that?
And make up a
Yeah.
game in its place too.
Yeah,
I mean, just totally make it up.
Straight and line.
I didn't make shit up. Google it, bitch. It's there.
Another noticeable game that you missed today, Blabs. You thought you did so well until you realized you left off Pokemon Red Fire.
Wow.
And
No.
Green.
I actually did that on purpose.
Okay.
I really did, though.
Okay.
Only because I didn't want to do the hyphenated stuff because it's so difficult to be like, oh, fire, red, leaf, green version. So I just left it out completely. I was like, yeah.
Blabs, these are like preeminent Pokemon games.
Yeah, no. I left it on purpose.
Instead,
Anarchy.
put up a made-up game in its place.
It's
a total
not made up.
game.
Tetris is a real game.
I don't
What do you
even know
want
what that
about?
is. I'm sorry.
Life is Strange was released for Macintosh 11 years ago. The Hitman HD trilogy was released 13 years ago.
Wow.
That's a
Shin
long time
Megami
ago.
Tensei for the 10,000th time
Yes.
on this list.
I was
Thank you,
really
Phoenix.
Close.
Yep.
I was really close to putting golf with your friends on.
Golf
Decided
with
not
Friends
to,
is
though.
actually really fun.
Damn.
It's a super fun game. Yeah.
Well, whatever, man. I still have a good list.
Kingdom Hearts 3
Wow.
was released.
Oh,
Your list is
no.
looking worse and worse the more we scroll
I
down.
had
It
the
started
other
off
one.
so strong.
No. We did. Oh, that's the tomorrow
Oh,
shit.
oh, no.
Kingdom Hearts all in one package. Spoilers
Was
for
there a
tomorrow.
fucking cow?
Spoilers for
Was there a cow on that list? Oh, we're fucked. There it is. We're fucked.
Yeah, I told you guys on Twitter that wait until tomorrow's list. Anarchy.
Well, oddly enough,
Atta girl.
a game that represents my feeling right now, I hate this place, was
Yeah.
Switch
Yeah,
and PC
we're all-
today. Which
We're all
is
finding
just
ourselves there.
There we are. All right.
The
there you
perfect
go.
pencil.
Yeah.
Way to go, Blabs.
Yeah.
Way to go. Suicide Squad's tomorrow.
Yeah, 2 years. Happy birthday, failure.
That's going to be great. That's going to be excellent. All right. Guys, I encourage you to check out Lady Decade's channel. You're going to have a video tonight detailing more of what we talked about today.
Yep. It could be hopefully in the next hour or two.
Ooh, that's exciting. All right. So you can find her channel down in the description below. We'll make sure you link to her. And when you go watch a video, make sure you say Side Scroller sent me, so she knows that, we're sending her some love over there. We appreciate you spending some time with us, Lady Decade. And with the Showdown, we fizzled today, which is not bad, but I do want to let you know that you did win the Side Scroller Showdown, beating your husband to a bloody pulp. In a shutout. We've never had a shutout before. You did it. Congratulations. And coming up in just a few minutes, once again, I get a little bit of food in my tummy, get a little refresh. I'm going to be doing my Totally Transformative and Fair Use Greenland documentary live stream coming up in just a little bit. Join us over there. You can see the chat over here. It's going to be over on Rumble. Link is in the pinned comment over on YouTube. It's also in the description. You guys watching over on Rumble, we're literally going to raid that stream in just a minute. So you don't need to go anywhere. You guys watching on Kick, same thing. Stay there. Just hang out with me. This could be a 2-hour stream. It could be a 5-hour stream. I don't know. But the point is that we're going to have a good time. And hopefully, we're not petty at all about this thing. It's going to be great. I have a lot of information to share about this documentary and my experience going to Greenland, which I can't wait to share with you. And hey, maybe it'll be the 51st state by the time we're all said and done with it.
And you're willing to reset it, correct?
Yes. This will be reset.
Guys, please don't let them get past the opening credits. Please, just keep going.
It'll be
please.
Every single time $53.11 comes in, It will rewind 10 minutes. Yes. And there is a custom alert for the 5311 that I have set up, which is good, which I'll reference at the beginning. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Go check out Lady Decade's channel. We'll see you guys very shortly over on Rumble, Kick, Twitch, and of course, Side Scrollers Plus. Use promo code PETTY to get 50% off your annual membership over on Plus. We will see you guys. I'll see you guys shortly, and we'll see you guys tomorrow when we are joined by...
This is the Ray and a new VTuber. Stay for tomorrow.
Ooh, it's going to be good times. I saw their avatar.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, yeah.
Yes.
It's impressive. All right. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys later over on Rumble and everywhere else but YouTube. You guys on YouTube, thanks so much for your support. See you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Fatality.